everything you say, everything we talk about will not be edited, so everything will just be from this point on to the end. It'll be straight on to Spotify/YouTube. Okay.
Gotcha. Also, I was looking on Spotify for the podcast, but it's buried beneath a bunch of small business talking. So if you could send me a link to it so I can follow it, that'd be dope.
Sure. Also, the Spotify link is also on the YouTube videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then. I'll go grab it.
Oh, good. Anyways, everyone, welcome to episode 4 of The Smalls. I have a special guest here, a friend of mine, named Alchemist12776. I gotta do it every time like that, dude. She's currently at 314 followers on Twitch. Probably more, I feel like.
No, that sounds right.
Okay. The other social media she uses as well is Twitter, so if you guys want to follow her on there, it's basically the same name all throughout. So yeah, Elkie, do you have any additional information about yourself as well as what you stream on Twitch?
Well, I kind of stream whatever I find fun. Overwatch is the game that I just keep returning to just because it's kind of my first like PC shooter. So usually if I don't really have any plans for the day or whatever, I'll just like troll around in Overwatch and play quick play and stuff like that. But a lot of things me and my friends like Sea of Thieves. I've played some Valorant, Apex, and random games like Among Us, Unfortunate Spacemen, etc. Just, variety. We'd be chilling.
Very nice, very nice. Fortress Spacemen is a very good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to go follow her and you guys love Sea of Thieves, Overwatch, and all that lovely other jazz, actually, you've been... wait, did you mention Gris? Because I remember you were starting to play Gris.
I'm doing something called Story Mode Wednesday, which I just started kind of recently, actually, where I play a single-player game, story mode, just vibing with the game, really. I already played through Hellblade. That was a really good game. Now I'm on Gris. I actually should probably finish it tonight. I'm about halfway through.
And what is Gris about?
Yeah, so it's a platformer, and it doesn't really explain much in the game. You kind of figure it out as you go. So as far as I know right now, it's this girl who you start in like a black and white world, and you move through these levels and get power-ups and stuff, and you're collecting more colors. And I would say the art style is like it almost looks hand-drawn, like watercolor. It's very, very pretty. I think that's the game's biggest strong suit is the art style. And yeah, it's really dope.
Seriously, any game show that has like really unique art style to it is usually the biggest drawback? No, drawback is bad, right?
Yeah. Benefit?
Benefit, yeah, there we go. It's best benefit of the game because it's visually appealing to the gamer as well as the audience if the gamer is a streamer.
Yeah, so I find myself in that game. It's one of these things where I'll like not talk. I noticed last stream that I did it, just because I'm just looking at the world and like watching things move by, and like especially when you unlock a new color, it's like drops of watercolor paint start filling the screen with that color, and it's just it's beautiful. The game speaks for itself.
Also, sorry about everyone who's watching this on YouTube. Sorry about that start menu. Once you go to quickly put the questions on the right,
technical difficulties.
So I'm gonna just do this on my phone. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really neat. I'm excited to finish it.
Totally do it. Do you have your past broadcast saved, right? And then it's like saved for the whole month or month duration, right?
Yeah, I have it on the basic thing. And actually, with Grist, with story mode games, I want to start recording them at the same time. I was having some issues with recording and streaming at the same time for a bit. My settings got a little screwy, but I'm gonna start uploading the full VODs of Story Mode Wednesdays to my YouTube channel. Which, if people listening want to know my YouTube channel, it's not very active at the moment, so I wouldn't recommend going there yet.
But you could probably just put down the YouTube now, and then
I mean, yeah, it's literally just Alchemist.
Just Alchemist?
Yeah, just Alchemist, capital A. That's it.
Okay, I feel like that's gonna be hard now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but I mean, I have some tags in my videos, like Alchemist on Twitch. It might be able to be easier to find in the search bar there, but whatever.
I'll probably put the description in the link below on the YouTube.
That'll work. That'll work.
For you guys, so then you guys don't like, oh damn, okay, I want to switch it up right now. Fuck, where is it?
Yeah.
All right. We got a bunch of questions for you from Tiki, Emmy, as well as Shoria.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you guys for putting down the questions. You guys are amazing. You guys are beautiful, and yeah. Okay, so I got one. So we got a lot. Actually, these guys asked a lot of questions in one. Like,
yeah, they did.
Set. As you saw,
I'll try to be brief with most of them.
No, you don't need to be brief. You can go as like. To be honest, this doesn't really have a time limit on the podcast. You can take
all right.
As long as you want on how you explain it, because remember, this podcast is about you. So.
What a concept!
All right.
Cool. All right.
All right. So here's question 1 from Tiki.
Mm-hmm.
If you could met anyone, dead, famous, alive, fictional, etc., who would it be and why?
All right. We're about to dive straight in to like some real talk shit. So just FYI. So as people kind of in Canon's community / my stream know, my grandfather actually died much earlier this year. Like really suddenly, no one saw it coming, all that stuff. So he was like a really big inspiration to me. I care a lot about him. And like, I know, like, obviously it's your grandparent, but like, I was really, really close to him kind of thing. And him having lived in Houston, Texas, where I live in Phoenix, Arizona, I didn't get to see him a whole lot. So nobody in our family even like got to say goodbyes or anything. It was just like he was taken so unexpectedly and quickly. So I definitely would want to talk to my grandpa again. Yeah.
Freaking being this year has been I guess, a shit show for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a little bit of a personal question. You don't have to answer if you don't wanna, but how has COVID affected you?
This actually ties into that, which is so it's a good thing these questions are back to back because I wouldn't want to be like moving back to it. So because it was earlier this year that he passed away, we were able to go out there and be with the family, kind of start helping grandma go through things and getting things cleaned up and, you know, all the things that you're supposed to do when somebody dies. But we weren't actually able to have a memorial for him or any kind of service. So it literally, like, because we couldn't get into the hospital or anything, he just was cremated and then that was it. Actually, his birthday is coming up, and we were planning on going out there for that and kind of having as much of a memorial as we could, while still like staying safe, you know. But you know, unforeseen circumstances and things getting switched around and changing. I know most of my family is able to go out there, but we aren't personally. We might be able to go out later this year or next year or something, but it's just, it's been a little tough not being able to really say goodbye in any fashion. And then obviously, I mean, like I lost my job and I can't find a job because of all this. And it's just, it's a little stressful. COVID is being a piece of shit. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who have it a lot worse than me because of it. So it's rough. And just trying to hang in there.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
You're good, you're good.
But yeah, COVID be a pain in the ass, and
For real.
that's rough that you aren't able to get a proper memorial for your grandfather.
Yeah, it's tough. But one thing like I'm sorry, I'm sorry to get a little political here. It's mostly the way the leaders of the country I live in have dealt with this crisis has made it so much worse. Like people, like other countries are already like coming out of it and they've had their second wave and they're moving on and they're just waiting for the vaccine at this point. Like we are still in the middle of it. Like, it's freaking rough. Like the whole downplaying it or saying it's not as bad as it looks or that's a fake death toll or the plandemic garbage. Like I cannot stand that shit. Like, pisses me off the way it's been handled here.
Well, same in Canada too, and then
Yeah, I feel like there's a couple countries in our boat.
Yeah, for sure. And then with this whole plan, like with how everything, sorry for everyone chat, but we're not in chat. People who are listening.
We're streamers. We're used to saying
Suicide came out. But the longer this takes for our countries to handle it, the more like this plan shit, like the whole like corruption and all that bullshit. The weird shit starts coming out, or like people start thinking about it more and more and more, and be like, what the fuck is going on, right? Where other countries are like, 3 months were good.
Yeah,
like you see, like Wuhan, like having a party, dude.
Exactly. I was at like a family event recently, and my uncle invited his friends, which I have whole opinions on them that I won't talk about. But one of the crazy things I heard was, as soon as the election is over, all this is going to go away because it's all been fake for the election. I'm like, what? What? What are you? Yeah, I go outside, I wear my mask, I don't touch anybody, I don't touch anything, and I just mind my own damn business.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
It'd be super rough, dude. Oh, yes, COVID is nothing, guys. It's just your imagination.
Oh, I hate it. Oh, even like I know you're being facetious, but even hearing that, I'm like triggered. I'm like, ugh.
Okay, in all reality, it's not your imagination, guys, right? Take it serious, please.
For real. Please be serious. Protect your older family, your family with underlying conditions. They're the ones at risk here. Yeah, just please be safe.
Yeah. Before you enter the home, make sure take your shower right away or something like that.
Get a disinfectant. No. Yeah. You probably don't have to go that far. Just gloves, mask. Be careful.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, now here's a question that isn't along the line that we were just talking about, but it's also by Tiki.
Tiki,
any movie or TV recommendations? Oh, she has a lot more.
I know. I'm looking at them. I'm looking at the list.
Well, yeah. Any movie or TV recommendations that you want to send out to the viewers?
All right. As far as movies go, Okay, people who've watched my stream already know because first of all, it's my desktop. And also I talk about it a lot. Uh Frozen 2. I really, really like Frozen 2. And I am 24 years old and I'm extremely not ashamed to say that I love that movie. I love it. It's like I enjoyed Frozen in general. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. It was like a story of sisters and I'm really close with my sister. We saw it together. We cried, It's just I like that movie. Frozen 2, oh my gosh, they build on Elsa's character. She has more lines. She has more, like, you get a view into what's going on in her head instead of just Anna. The scope is bigger. The songs are better. It's just, pièce de résistance. It's beautiful.
I mean, what's so wrong to love an anime movie at 25, you know?
Hey, yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of mixed reviews from it, basically.
Okay.
People think it's dumb, it had no plot, it had whatever, blah, blah, blah. I just like it. And I don't know. Like, even my friends have asked me, they're like, what is it about that movie that you like so much? I'm like, I don't know. I just do. It's just, I enjoy it. Let me enjoy something. And they do. They're like, okay, that's whatever. That's fair. We all have our things. And Frozen 2 is definitely one of mine. Like, when I tell you, okay, I have 3 rotating pictures as my desktop that are all from Frozen 2, and my wallpaper is Elsa. It's so hard not to explain to people, that it's not a weird thing. I'm not like in love with her. I just identify with her a lot. She's just, I don't know. She's like an inspirational figure to me. Yeah, it's weird. That's weird.
Cool. No, that's not weird.
But TV, people might appreciate me better if I say my TV recommendation. I will 100% every single time someone asks me what's my favorite TV show. Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad.
Shit.
I have watched it through so many times, and even like I'll be sitting like having nothing to do or something, and I'll turn it on from episode 1 again and just watch the whole thing again over the course of like 2 weeks. I love that show, and every single time I see it, there's something new, there's something different, and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't notice that. That's crazy. Like, from the colors that the characters wear in their current moods, or as Walt is going further into this crazy, like, Heisenberg ego, Like, he starts out wearing, like, greens and blues and beige, and he goes further and further into wearing darker browns and blacks and hiding his face, and it's like it's a picture of pride and greed. It's beautiful show, masterfully put together. There's things in the scenes that you wouldn't notice the first time watching through that you're like, oh my god, like that's foreshadowing, or that's like this whole piece that you barely even look at sets the entire scene. Like, Vince Gilligan is amazing. Excellent.
Okay, I thought you were going to say Grey's Anatomy.
No. Okay, Grey's Anatomy is a show for me that's like, I watch it because it's bad. I watch it because it's like, it's like a guilty pleasure.
Oh, okay.
It makes me happy, and it's super dumb and drama and cheesy, and it's great and horrible.
All right.
Actually, I have a funny story about how I started watching Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, go ahead and tell it.
Okay. All right, so I watched One Tree Hill a long time ago, and I enjoyed a certain actress, Hilary Burton. She's very cute. She's very fun. Her character was great. She is a great actress. Incredibly attractive, etc. All the things. And I heard that she was in Grey's Anatomy. So my line of thinking was, okay, I'm just going to watch it up to the point she's in it. And if I don't like it after that, then whatever, I'll leave it behind. I just want to watch this because I like this actress. Right? Well, okay, here's the problem. I started watching it, and I got hooked immediately after season 1, which is a short season. It's like a pilot season. and I started actually legitimately getting into it. And then finally, like season, I think it's like 11 or 12 rolls around, and Hilary Burton pops up guest starring in an episode, and I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot she was in this!" Like, and she's in like 2 episodes. That's it. And I was like, "Wow, this whole thing came from me wanting to watch Hilary Burton, and now I'm 12 seasons into this garbage, and I'm stuck. I'm stuck here forever." Yeah. I didn't even set out to watch Grey's Anatomy. I set out to watch Hilary Burton.
Makes sense. Wait, let me look up who Hilary Burton is.
She's cute. She's real cute. It's Hillary, like Hilarie.
Oh.
IE.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually
autocorrect.
started spelling it, and I was like, "Uh-oh, I forgot how to spell."
Yeah, I've never seen her in other shows.
Yeah, she was. I think. Okay, so the show she was in that I found her in was a CW show.
Yeah.
You know, one of those teen dramas at One Tree Hill. I'm sure someone out there knows what I'm talking about. There were plenty of people like me in the 2000s. Yeah, I don't know. She's excellent. So yeah, Grey's Anatomy, no, not my favorite show, and I will not necessarily recommend it to people unless they're like my close friends and they want garbage TV. However, to everybody, I will recommend Breaking Bad. Number 1 all the time. Always.
And also Frozen 2 for movie.
Yeah. And I get that maybe Frozen 2 is not your thing. That's fine. That's okay. And I will listen to your complaints. I hate Olaf. Olaf is garbage. But you know what? He's there for somebody. He's there for the kids, and that's fine.
Oh.
And they enjoy him, and that's good for them.
I love stupidity. It's great.
I mean, Josh Gad is hilarious. It's more his songs. His songs annoy me. I like his random interjections. Those are great. Okay. And my little cousins love them, and good for them. I could honestly watch Frozen without Olaf and be fine. Also, I think we skipped over something. Tiki said, "One message you have for the world." That's my message: is let people like things.
Oh, I was going to say that till the end, but
okay, we can do another one, but that's one of them. That's one of my messages: is just let people like things. You don't have to listen to them talk about it. You can be like, "Hey, listen, this really isn't my thing." That's cool. Just don't judge them.
Yeah, don't be a me. I mean, I am Canadian. Anyway. Okay, next question we have by Emmy. What would you do if you woke up to hitting partner?
Okay. I would be incredibly surprised, first of all, because I know for a fact that partner requires you to fill out an application after you've met all the requirements, and you still might not even be accepted. So I'd be like, who has been streaming on my account? And who filled out this partner application? But if we threw all the rules out the window and I woke up to hitting partner, I would think that Twitch actually like died overnight, and somehow all of the top streamers are gone and they need new partners, and somehow I got in. That's pretty much what my thought process would be.
Okay.
Well.
Secretly, Elka killed all the big streamers out there, and she ended up she took all other competitive streamers, and she became the only streamer on Twitch. That's how
the gays will rule. Yeah, no, I would be incredibly shocked and wondering how this happened, kind of deal.
Oh fuck. Well, I guess I'll be part of that equation of like gays will rule, because apparently I am someone's gay best friend.
Oh, congratulations! I'm sure you're very excited to know that you're gay.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure that was a revelation you weren't expecting.
Nope. little insider. Actually, the clip is on Instagram now. The clip will be posted on Twitter at some point at some time for everyone to see. Just to get some context out there first. Okay, now we're back with Tiki.
Uh-huh.
And then, what or who prompted you to start streaming?
Okay. This is kind of a long-ish story.
We have all the time today, so go right ahead.
I think it was like back in 2015 or 2016 or something. I was on a trash top. It was like a Lenovo computer, like laptop, that I had plugged in to a second screen, and I used that as my main computer. And which the trash top still lives, moderately. It does its best, but that's what I'm usually using when I'm like house sitting places, which is why I can't stream. So I watched a video from Markiplier, who is still one of my top all-time favorite YouTubers, though I don't watch him a whole lot anymore. He mostly just holds a special place in my heart as an inspiration. He posted a video, and in that video he said something like, if there's something you really want to do, just go for it. Just do it. Just post it and do it. And you'll learn from there, and you'll grow, and you'll start seeing what you want from that point, you know? So I uploaded a video recorded on Action software on my laptop of like Z-Type, which is a free typing game. That's like, what is it called? Asteroid Blaster or something? It's like that, but you have to type the letters that the asteroids have, whatever. And it was mostly just, I think this video is still up, actually. It's mostly just me talking about how I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go for it because that's a way to live life, right? And I started posting really shitty videos to my YouTube channel, which I believe are all still up. And video editing has never really been a strong suit of mine, but mostly, I mean, probably just because I haven't put the work into it to get better, which I really need to start doing, but regardless, I'm working on a lot of things right now. So I eventually stopped posting videos. I was like, whatever, this is dumb. A couple people watch, but like, it's honestly too much work for me, and I don't have the motivation to learn to edit videos, kind of thing. And I was like, maybe streaming would be a better way to do that, because you don't have to edit anything, it's all live. So now I was back at square one because I did not have a computer that could stream anything. And I bought like an iBuyPower $500 computer when Overwatch came out, and it barely ran Overwatch. And then I wasn't streaming at that point yet, but I eventually was able to get some old PC parts from my friend group who I know I like in real life. And they kind of donated things that they don't use anymore, and I bought the things that filled out the rest, like a CPU, motherboard, whatever. And I started streaming off that. It was an AMD quad-core CPU with all DDR3 parts, you know, old parts, and a GTX 770. So it was, you know, it was the ultimate starter PC. Hand-me-down pieces, everything's dusty, gross, and it barely works, but it works. And I just started streaming myself playing Overwatch with my friends because it had just come out, and we were all over it, and we were like constantly switching out like people because we had too many that wanted to play and all that stuff. And I kind of started making like a community around that. And I got really excited, and I was like, this is actually going to work. I hit affiliate, and I was all excited. This was like 2017, I think. And then disaster struck, and my power supply shorted out. But I didn't know it was my power supply. I thought my motherboard broke because it wasn't posting. So instead of testing the power supply like I should have, I made a mistake and was like, all right, well, I'm going to have to replace the whole motherboard setup. So for like 3 months, I just worked my ass off and got enough money to basically rebuild my PC. And I finally kind of came back, and started streaming Overwatch again, and I was in like a lull, and I was having trouble getting my community back and everything. And then we met on Overwatch, a streamer named Temperuni, who it turns out, and she still streams. I would very much suggest watching her because she's great. Her name is Nicole, and we have a friend named Nico, and both of their screen names were Tempest. And they both have black curly hair, and they both kind of look similar, and it was just really funny. We basically met our friend Nico's doppelganger. And then through her, I met Brian, and then through Brian, I met you, and now I'm part of this whole like little community, and it's honestly just couldn't be better. So,
Yo, what's up?
yeah, and basically what prompted me, oh my god, I totally skipped something. My brain doesn't work. Okay, so what prompted me to start streaming, like, actively, because I would stream a little bit. I'd stream Overwatch here and there, but never really consistently, never really with a community or an audience or whatever. I was working at a movie theater, and I had lost my job because I was feeling really sick, and I would have been calling out anyway. But when I received the email for the schedule, I read that I was off, and they sent me the wrong one. They sent me the wrong schedule. So I wasn't actually off. I was supposed to work like 3 days when I was in a bed, like fucking dying. And so I finally like woke up out of this fever dream 3 days later, and I saw that I'd missed a bunch of calls from work, and I was like, oh geez. So I called them back and I was like, what's going on? And they were like, you haven't showed up to your shifts for 3 days. I was like, what do you mean my shifts? I was supposed to be off. And I'm like, I'm finally like conscious. What do you mean? And basically they called me in for a meeting and they just fired me. And I was like, oh God. So I got home and I was like feeling really down and feeling really upset. And I was like, you know what? I have that Twitch channel. I'm not doing anything right now. While I'm looking for a job, I'm just going to stream. Just all day, every day, just stream. And I think my longest going stream from that point was like 16 hours. Just because I had nothing to do. I had no job. I had nothing. I would just sit in my room and play Overwatch on stream. So that really like kind of spurred it all, was losing my job. That was rough. But I mean, it opened another door, and now I have all these friends and people to talk to, and you know, all that. So you know what? If you ever like are down and out and like you're having a hard time, like find something, learn another instrument, or find a new language to learn, or find something to fill your time where you won't feel like the world's collapsing. Because once you give in to that, like it's like you're screwed. You got to find another outlet, and things will look up.
Yeah.
I'm very cheesy, if you didn't know this already. I don't think we've ever had like a serious discussion in call, but I'm very cheesy.
All good, all good.
learning things about Alki.
To be honest, I wait, has Temp actually still been streaming?
I think so.
I don't know if she's still streaming because I think I still follow her on Twitch. I know she took a very long hiatus.
Yeah, she might be on a break still.
Okay.
But actually, you know what? I should check in with her. I haven't talked to her in a while. I'll do that after this.
Yeah, I think I first actually saw you through Temp's stream.
Was it playing The Witcher?
I don't know. I think she was playing The Witcher.
Yeah, because I remember we were all hanging out in call while she was playing The Witcher.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, hi, person."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she hosted out on Brian, and I'm playing like, fuck, what was he playing? I think it was The Last of Us, the first one.
Oh, dude, the first one was great.
Yeah,
I'm so disappointed with the second one.
Wait, don't tell me anything about it. I'm waiting.
Do you have a PlayStation?
I'm waiting. I don't, which is why I'm kind of waiting for like anyone who does really serious playthroughs. I'm waiting for them to upload their whole playthrough, so that I can just watch it all and not be waiting week to week. You know, I'm waiting. Don't tell me
I
anything.
thought. Okay, wait,
I've heard mixed reviews already. I've just heard that people didn't like it or liked it or thought it was weird. I don't know. I have not looked into it. I have not seen anything except the teasers. Just don't tell me anything.
Yeah, no, I won't say anything.
Okay, great.
Okay, more from Tiki.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
By the way, Tiki, thank you for the questions. These are great.
Yeah, these are excellent.
These are amazing. Favorite moment you had while streaming can be anything memorable.
Okay, I've got 3. I mean, I love all of my streaming moments because they're all great, and of course, I've got highlights in my unofficial channel trailer, etc. But there's a couple things. Number 1, back in the old days when I was playing Fortnite, my friend Fish, we were chasing a solo guy who had lost his squad, and he was building like these walls behind us, and Fish was like, I'm gonna throw a grenade at him. I'm gonna try to get him. And I'm seeing this from like the side, and he has no view. He cannot see the guy at all. And he threw a grenade over the wall, fucking yeeted it. And it landed right when it exploded and blew the guy up just like perfectly. And I remember I could hear myself saying it. I was, oh my god, you got him! And then we just like went wild. And I remember my dad actually called me later, like 5 minutes later, and was like, because we were like screaming about it. And he was like, please be quiet. Like, mom's sleeping. Shut up. And I was like, oops, sorry. My friend just hit a Kobe. I'm sorry. Like, it was pretty funny. Another one, also back in the old days, I was playing The Forest with my friends that I know in real life, and they were talking about some strategy they were gonna start and like how they're gonna build the base and everything, and I'm out there chopping wood by our cabin for like, and we had built the big cabin, which is a mistake. You never want to build the big cabin. It takes too much logs and you can't really do anything with it. So it takes like 80 logs or more. It's kind of ridiculous. And I was chopping wood, chopping a tree down, and I saw it in like slow motion, just this tree falling straight towards the cabin. And I didn't know what was going to happen, but I didn't feel like it was something good. And it kind of falls through the cabin and blows the entire thing up after we had just finished it. And when I tell you I had a meltdown, I was like, I couldn't breathe. I was like laughing, crying, and screaming. And my friends were all like, what happened? What happened? What's going on? And I was like, the cabin and tree fell on it, then it exploded. Like, I'm just like, I've lost it. I've totally lost it. It's like my favorite thing. And then I think my top favorite, 100%, you're in this one. This is recent.
What?
This is recent. My favorite streaming moment that I've been live for was when we were playing Unfortunate Spacemen, and it was you versus me. And I went back and watched some VODs, and everybody's like watching us like, holy shit, you know, like watching me dodge and weave and for context, Canna was playing the monster and I was the last spaceman alive. So I needed to kill him or escape, and there was no chance of escaping. And finally you ran down that hallway with no outlet, and I had the flamethrower, and I was like, it's time! Like, that was a beautiful moment. I will forever cherish our 1v1.
God. I was like, wait, what moment? And I'm in it? Like I was like, making Apex, and I was like, oh, fuck, it is the Unfortunate Space, I remember that still.
Yep. Oh, that was so good.
Oh, fuck. You know what they should do with that game? They should, like, where, like, the monster can hang from the ceiling, right? Or, like, kind of, like, burrow from the ceiling. And then you like just see, like, even better. So you see, like, three or four guys just running down the hallway, and the monster just picks off the guy from behind and fucking, like, just eats him alive.
That's horrifying.
But it sounds so great.
That's some, like, alien movie shit.
Dude, it would be so funny. It's like, wait, where did we're like, what? He was just behind me, and they would think it will be him.
Actually, no, that's kind of what happened because I was running around with someone else. There was someone else surviving with me. It was us two and you, and we like split down a hallway for a second, and I came back, and you had killed him, but I didn't know. So I came back, and I was like, I don't remember who it was, but I'm just gonna say John because I'm assuming it was John. It's like, John, Pumpkin, are you there? And then I'm just like, and then it said all the other spacemen are dead, and I was like, ugh.
That was great.
Yeah, it was that was a good time.
Unfortunate Spaceman, free to play on Steam. Go ahead and give it a shot and stuff. Yeah. Okay, here's another question. We've got like three more questions from Tiki. This question is, one thing you wish more people knew about you or your stream?
Okay. Let's see. So I'm gonna mix it together. So one thing about my stream is while I will get like hyper focused and like try to perform really well sometimes, my stream is never and will never be about my gaming skill. Not that I have a whole lot to begin with, just it's not about that. It's not about, even when I play some competitive Overwatch, it's just about, I want to just talk to chat and just have a good time. You know, I'm here to provide laughs, to provide entertainment, to make people happy, help people stop feeling down. Like, my stream is first and foremost for laughs or for fun, light conversation. That doesn't mean that I'm immune to getting frustrated when I think I'm not performing well or things like that. But especially, I mean, I see this especially when I'm playing things like Valorant or things that are inherently very competitive. People will come in my chat and like, oh, you got to do this, or like, oh man, you got to hit that shot. Like, damn, that's like, come on, work on your aim, stuff like that. And I'm like, that's not what I'm here for. If I'm playing games competitively and like very seriously, I'm offline. I'm not streaming. You know. And luckily it doesn't happen a whole lot since recently I've been playing more like Sea of Thieves, Unfortunate Spacemen, story mode games, you know, things that don't really require that sort of skill. But it used to happen a whole lot. And I think I'm kind of wanting to go back to competitive Overwatch or Valorant or whatever. And I don't want people thinking that my stream is there to showcase my skill. And actually, that's another inspiration of mine is Lieutenant Eddie, who I actually met at TwitchCon. That was fun. But I found him through his Overwatch Mishap series, and you watch him get better through that series. Like, you watch him go from like plat to GM, and I think now he's sitting around diamond or something. But that's because the whole ranked Overwatch, it's garbage right now. Ranks don't have any meaning anymore. It's whatever. Everyone is just in a place and they will never leave there. You know. But you watch him get better through that whole series, but that's never the focus. It's always like this funny person that they came across in voice chat, or his friends being silly, or a really dumb play that somehow worked, or things like that. And that's kind of the essence I want to capture, is like, maybe I'll get better, maybe I'll get worse. I don't really care. I'm just here to make people laugh. You know?
And that's usually the best way to do it. But there are some people who would love to backseat and be like, this, and this, and this, and this, and that. I'm like, or like, oh, here, let me coach you into, or hit me up if you want to coach. Like, dude, I don't want to play this game competitively and stuff. I actually had people who offered to coach me. Like, dude, I didn't really want to play this game like legit and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, it pisses me off.
That's another, like, I played a lot of Destiny 2, I think like 2 years ago, maybe 3. But I played a lot of it. I mean, a lot of it. And I didn't really do much PvP, but I did do some. And I ended up getting invited to a Destiny 2 team, which I didn't know existed. I did not know there was like a competitive scene for, or a pro scene for Destiny 2 PvP. It was kind of weird. But there was some drama behind it with like somebody else I knew and whatever, and that kind of factored into part of why I said no. But mostly I said no because if I'm going to brand my stream with any one game, it's going to be something that I really, really care about. Like if some new shooter comes out that I just cannot get enough of, which you would think that that's Overwatch right now, but anyway, that's a whole different thing. If some new shooter came out that I was just like wild about and I knew I was going to play for a long time and would never get burned out, I would accept a team invite from that. But like having it having been Destiny 2, I was just like, I don't play enough PvP for this. Like maybe I did well in the couple games you watched me play, but I don't want to be known for Destiny 2 PvP. Like that's just not what I'm here for.
Not
It's
your cup of tea.
yeah. Like if I'm playing Destiny 2, most of it is PvE and grinding public events and running around Dreaming City. Like it's yeah, no. Destiny 2 PvP. That was a really weird time. Was being invited to a team for that. I was like, okay. What?
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of odd.
This is why I don't want to join a team. Unless it be a content creator for a team, then sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I know, Greek?
Well, okay. So actually, so Lulu Lovely is part of NRG. She's not on the competitive team. She's a content creator for them.
Oh,
And
cool.
I mean, I'm really that's my closest kind of, what do you call it? Whatever. That's the only one I can think of right now because I mod for her actively. Like, so people always come in and ask, why don't I ever see you on the NRG team lists, like the rosters or anything? And it's like, because she's a content creator. It's different. It's different. Stop asking.
So it seems like the whole like content creator part of a big name team like Energy, what's another team? PSM, all those guys, right? Or even 100 Thieves. Like
Yeah.
people are getting the content creators into their teams to I guess be the face of the team as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but it also it shows that but other people when they see a team that they watch competitively in a lot of like tournaments and stuff, now see like a streamer who's not really part of a team, like who's part of the team, but not part of that kind of team, and they're part of a new branch of a team, and it's just like, wait, what the fuck? This is like, it's just like, what the fuck kind of moment for them in a sense.
Yeah, and I see that, I get that, but also it's like, it's so like listed in her stream that she is a content creator for NRG, that she's not on the pro roster, she's not gonna sub anyone out. I mean, maybe in the future, but I don't know. I like, her life's not mine. I don't know her life. You know, I don't know what her contract says. I don't know any of that. So like when people will message me from her Discord and stuff and ask me why, and I'm like, because she's not on their pro team. And that readily available information, like on the NRG site, on NRG wiki, like everything. Like, you know, it's not like it's impossible to find. It's just kind of weird.
He's just there for the content.
Yeah.
To make content, not love content. There we go. Let's see. Dude, I think that goes with with the thing of who would you want to partner or who would you want to partner / sponsor you, in a sense. But that
kind of, yeah, that leads into it.
So
we can talk about that one now. And
yeah, let's talk about it now since we're like in the mindset for it, I guess.
So, partners and sponsorships. That's an interesting question because, as you said earlier, I'm still at like 314 followers, and I know a lot of those partnerships, you have to be actively selling items, or you have to have like a quota, or you have to talk about it this many times, or whatever. And I feel like at the point my stream is at, I would not be able to successfully partner or sponsor with anybody because I'm still growing. I'm still like moving up. I don't have the kind of viewership. I don't have the kind of people who will click on a link yet, my sample size is just too small. However, in the future, if I do ever make it big, which is a big if, I feel like a lot of people who get into streaming don't really realize that. It's a big if. If I do ever make it big, or get as big as Lulu, or whatever, I don't care, something, I think I would want to partner with Intel because I really enjoy watching their new technology come out and seeing, wow, this is crazy, this is so cool. I would actually love to talk about Intel. Technisport, because the chair that I have from them is beautiful and amazing and I love it. Also they have gaming desks and that's dope, which mine's like a wood desk, not even real wood, it's like fake wood. I don't know, just things that I'd actually use and like to talk about. I don't think I would take something for like, for example, Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh my god, no. Oh my god.
Something that I am not passionate about, I would not want to partner or sponsor with because I don't care. At that point, I'm just talking about it for money, and I want to be able to recommend things to people that I actually use and enjoy.
Don't get me wrong, don't get me wrong, but if you're to try it, and if you actually end up liking it, then yeah, go ahead, right? But
sure, but if anybody came to me, if I got in my business email a message about a game like Raid Shadow Legends or like Best Fiends or any of those that have been all over YouTube for sponsorships or Twitch or whatever, if I got a message from anyone like that, I would honestly first download their game and play it for like a week and see
stop.
if I could like it and then get back to them, because I don't know. And I'm not trying to say something about people who don't do that. Money's money. And if you're taking every sponsorship you can because it's an opportunity, hey, that's all you. Go for it. If that's how you want to make your way in the world, I'm not going to judge you for that. Like, live your life. But for me personally, I would rather promote something that I care about because it's easier for me to talk about.
Like Technisport.
Like Technisport, because this chair is so good to my butt. It's excellent. It's great. And it makes me feel nice.
Okay, this is going to be the first solo I ever do in this podcast and in any of the podcasts. But if you guys want a Technisport product, chair, desk, or any merchandise that they have, please go to your site, Canasiantl, all one word, and then you will get 10% off on any of their products, as well as additional 10% off on whatever sale or promotion that they have going on. Let's say it's President's Day or something, where they highlight 30 or 40%. So you get to add that 10% on top of that, where it become about 40 to 50% off your product. And as well, if you live in the States, free shipping in the States, international, unknown at the moment. But you know what? Still worth it. And all the other shit I talked about in the past, disregard all that shit.
See, I'm a perfect segue. I'm a perfect ad segue.
Yeah.
I set that up for you, didn't I?
You were the only one that actually set that up for me.
Well,
in the past 3 months, I haven't actually done shit like that.
I mean, as I said, though, it's something that I use, and it's something that I really like, so I'll talk about it. Like,
the chair is great. Like, absolutely, the chair is great. It's just that, I had to go buy a new chair.
Yeah, and I mean, it's another thing where you get what you pay for. The first Technisport chair I had was like the cheapest one possible because I didn't have any money. Because I was not working at that time. um so that one, like, I had like a small issue with like one of the screws was too short. And I have every confidence that if I had talked to them about it and said, I have a screw that won't thread because it's too short, can I get a replacement package of screws? They would send me one. I have every confidence that they would have. I just didn't because I was lazy. You know, the chair that I have now, everything went together perfectly. All the screws are the right length. Everything's fine. I can lean back in it. I can lean back 180 degrees in it. Like, it's, yeah. Anyway, I'm not getting paid for this, so I'm going to stop talking. No, just kidding.
I am.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, there's always going to be factory issues with some things. And I have every confidence that if I had voiced that to them, they'd have fixed the problem. I just didn't.
Yeah, and I can't really voice my problem because I'll DM you the stuff later.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, here's one last question from Tiki. Anything exciting planned in the future of your stream?
That's a difficult question. I don't necessarily have any. This sounds so sad and like stupid. Okay, I don't have any like goals. I used to like really hang on to like follower goals and treat that as like my worth. But fuck that. I'm done. I did the 300 followers hot wings. I'm moving on from that. If I ever hit like a big milestone like 1K or like 5K or further up from that, I'm kind of done doing things every 100. I'm not trying to like I want to do things for my followers that they enjoy, which if they're following me and watching a lot, then I know they enjoy me just talking and having a good time. So big milestones that I reach, I might do stuff for. But as far as like I'm still little. I'm still one of the smalls, we chillin', we vibin'. So I don't necessarily have any huge things planned, but I am working on changing up my emotes to better fit the new style of my stream. I want to kind of change up my alert box notifications, basic upkeep. So like nothing huge, nothing crazy, just sort of cleaning up a little.
Yeah, that's kind of hard, even in my situation. It's like, yeah, gotta clean shit up, and then like Halloween's coming up, and you got Christmas coming up, like 2 months after, and it's like, shit. Okay, I gotta get new emotes out like right away or something. So it's like, fuck.
Yeah. I really should set myself with more deadlines, but I also get really stressed out with deadlines.
Same.
So I'm kind of just working on it as I get to it, which is how I came to be in this mess of a room that I'm cleaning and reorganizing. But, it's things will get done when they are meant to get done. And if I ever have people coming over, you better believe I'm gonna be in here like a tornado and clean everything out or throw it in the closet. Like something's gonna happen. So at some point I will have to do the thing. And I feel like that's gonna be the same thing with my channel. At some point I will have to do the thing, and that will help me get off my butt and just do it. I am a master procrastinator. And I will wait for the last second for everything. Everything. Kinda hate it. But this is how I live.
I wish we had superpowers in a sense, so we could like do stuff.
Yeah.
Job easier, like like, oh, room is a mess. Teleport that. Teleport. Okay, now we're good.
Yeah, exactly. I used to like daydream about that Fantasia 2000 skit, where Mickey's got the wizard cap on and he's controlling the brooms.
Yeah.
I used to imagine that I could do that. Like I could just float pieces of trash into my trash can and make the vacuum work without me actually having to do it. And I feel like everybody's had that fantasy, just like commanding things to clean themselves up.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Timeless piece of work.
Oh, dude.
The Sorcerer's Apprentice. That's what it's called. I forgot the name of it for a minute. It's called The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Mm-hmm.
Wait,
that's
the one with Nicolas Cage or the other one?
No, the Fantasia one.
Oh, Fantasia one. Okay. I'm like, wait, what?
You know, they're like.
No, because there's also a live action movie of that, but it's not really set along. It's based off of a book, apparently.
Well, you said Nick Cage, and you know, I kind of got an idea for the whole movie after that.
Yeah, and to be honest, on how they did all the effects and stuff was actually pretty cool. Not gonna lie, got me liking some music out there.
That's fair.
Okay, we got 2 questions from Emmy. Here's one: what would you do if you woke up to 12K followers this time and not partner?
Okay, so this is actually a question that I thought about because that is kind of such a weird question that it's just like it's inconceivable in my mind, in my small 300 followers mind, suddenly waking up to multiple thousands. But here's what I would think. Either 1, I got follow botted and I need to figure out how to fix it. Or I ended up on a Stream Fails YouTube channel somewhere making a total fool of myself and people found me that way and followed me. Those are the only 2 ways that could happen overnight. Is if I totally made a fool of myself or if I got botted. Like, that's it.
Huh.
I'm sorry, I don't really have any more to add on to that. That would be the only 2 ways.
You just reminded me of something.
Yeah?
Where, what was it? It was, so you know those, like, Twitch fails or Twitch pog, we're kind of, like, moments, right, on stream?
Yeah.
I posted one on, like, PUBG's saltiest, moments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I posted a clip on there, and then I think I had like 2 or 3 people come to me and be like, "Yo, I think," or no, it was like about like 5 or 6 people, and they're my friends, and they like DM me. By the way, I'm like, "Dude, I saw you in this video." So, oh, really? Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Nice.
that was actually a pretty cool moment. Not gonna lie. My good old days of PUBG.
Oh, also, another thing along those lines, if I ever, like, got a fat host or something like that, I think most people probably dream of that, you know, like, suddenly getting a ton of viewership and having, like, a follow train and whatever. I would be absolutely terrified, because I don't have the mods to deal with that kind of situation. I don't have the online presence yet to deal with that kind of like a fast moving chat and all that. Like it's all these things that you have to work up to those sort of things. If you're promoting your stream everywhere and suddenly getting tons of people, unless you have a seriously charismatic personality, like that's a way to set yourself up for failure. Like you're gonna burn out, you're gonna get tired, you're gonna freak out. Like so if that ever happened to me, my first reaction would probably be panic crying.
Yeah, I already know what my reaction is.
That's happened to you, huh?
Yeah. And then Emmy, I'm pretty sure Emmy, Victoria, Polly, Alex, and then some other people. Sorry if I don't remember your guys' names. It was just during the moment. They made me do "Oh yes" during the whole fucking moment.
Oh god.
Yeah, they have to do it like 6 or 7 times in a row.
That's rough.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I fucking love you guys and hate you guys. Okay. But yeah, that little insight on what.
Yeah, and like I've gotten big hosts from randos before, but they've never been like over 25 people. You know, I've never gotten like like a hundreds of people fat host, and
Oh.
I'm so grateful for it because I would not be able to handle it.
Yeah, I don't know how I would handle
I
it.
have a tiny anxious brain, and whenever something happens that's out of the normal or like sudden or like crazy, I'm like I just panic. That's my only reaction is panic.
Fuck, dude. Okay. Here's the last one from MB. If Twitch wasn't a thing, what would you be doing?
Okay. See, all right. So, this has some backstory. Okay, when I graduate, okay, we got to go back further. All right, when I was a kid, like 8 to 12, I played this online browser game, which I guarantee nobody will know, or maybe one person will know who listens to this. I played in an online browser called Horse, HOWRSE. And you had these horses, and you train them up, and you put them in competitions, and you could have like an equestrian center and a barn and run competitions and do all these things. And it's a whole thing. And I was moderately into it as a kid. Like, I just liked it because they were pretty horses and I like to do things with them, whatever. I like the concept of, oh, yay, I get to take my horse out for a trail ride. And it wasn't like 3D graphics or anything. It was like a Neopets. It was like Neopets, but with horses. Right? You following me?
Yeah, I play Neopets.
Are we on
I never really... I never really played Neopets, because I thought, like, okay, you put your Neopets in the site, and then you just watch them, and that's it. I didn't know there was, like, other things, or maybe there were other things I did, I just don't remember it, because it's been, like...
And see, yeah, that's how I played it as a kid, was I just was like, oh, I'm gonna collect all these pretty horses and give them pretty shiny coats and whatever. And then, right after I graduated, in college, for the brief time I was in college, about 2.5 years, this was in 2015, 2016, I was like, I was so depressed, and like I was in the throes of like an eating disorder, and I had like no friends that I like went out and talked to. And I went back to Horse, and I found my old account, and I was like, okay, this is garbage. I'm just going to start over. And I ended up starting over, and since I was older at that point, I found a lot more of the competitive things you can do in that game. And I found like a team, and I started doing competitive breeding for the team, and like breeding the best horses on the international server. Like, I was top. I was the top of the top. I was in the top 500 players out of like 300,000. And I got like,
dude.
yeah, I'm serious. I got way into it. And actually, that's where the username Alchemist came from. Because I made an account called Shinigami Ryuk. All one word, capital S, capital R. And most of the pull for that game is from like the UK and Europe, because that's where the game is based. And that's where the servers are, and that's where most of the people play. And none of them could like say my name. It was, people started calling me Tiny, like, and I was like, all right, I got to change this and that people will understand. And it was going to be Crystal Alchemist, but that was taken. So I was like, okay. And I just typed in Alchemist, and reason one word, capital A, just Alchemist was available. I was like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. So actually how I have the name Alchemist is from that game. And it's from Full Metal Alchemist, whatever. So I was like seriously way into that game. And then when Overwatch came out, I kind of started talking to my real life friends again, and they like welcomed me back and everything, and like would check in on me a lot and everything. And I started getting kind of pulled away from Horse, especially since Overwatch had just come out. And I was playing a lot of that with them because I finally had a computer to do so. And I still played Horse a little bit, but mostly it was Overwatch and streaming. My long days of just playing with no audience or anything. And eventually I just kind of faded out off Horse, and I still kind of talk to a couple people from there. But for the most part, from what I've heard, the game's really gone downhill and like it's getting really rough. But I fully believe that if I had not gotten a computer, if I had not found Twitch, if I had not like got Overwatch, I would still be playing that game, no lifing it. It was yeah. So that's definitely what I would be doing.
I'm up here.
Okay. No worries. Quick question though, are you gonna cut out that long pause or what?
I am going to cut out that long pause.
Okay, great. So starting back up. But yeah, I definitely think if I weren't doing Twitch, I would still be in that game, like heavily. I
mean,
spent a
you
lot
can
of
still play that on stream, can't you not?
I don't know if I want to. See, it's this weird thing. It's not very entertaining to watch, I don't think. It was never really entertaining to play. It was more it's very it's like the equivalent of grinding in like an MMO.
Oh yeah,
That's
I'll be
that's
doing
the
that.
easiest thing I could compare it to. Um, but yeah, I definitely and I probably would honestly still be in a pretty dark place too. Like Horse was like my what I did when I thought I had nothing left to do in this world game. So I'm glad it was there because it kind of helped like left me hanging on for something. But I also am extremely grateful for Twitch and for Overwatch coming out because it got me back with my friends and it got me back talking to people and being a normal person again, you know, a functional human being again. You know. So, you know, I'm glad Twitch exists.
Nice.
Yeah.
Uh,
It has its issues,
I,
but
I,
overall.
I, I feel like the answer you just gave now follows along with Shorty's question. If you could play one game for the rest of your life, what would it be? Would it be that, or would it be something
Alright.
else?
So, I have a very love-hate relationship with Overwatch. And people who have been in my stream for a long time know that. And I actually was just talking to Kai about that the other day in like DMs. I hate that game. I hate Overwatch, but I love it so much. I have so much merch from it. My mouse pad is a big it's the Razer Goliathus Overwatch edition mouse pad. I have the keyboard, the mouse, the headset. I have like a ramen bowl from it. I have like 10 pop figures from it. I have a big Reinhardt figurine. I have those little Nendroid, Genji, and Hanzos. Like, I have so much Overwatch crap because I love that game. um, and I think no matter how much I get pissed at it, I do think that I will always return to it. Doesn't matter how long the break will be or whatever. That's a game that I am gonna be playing for the rest of my life, I bet, or as long as the servers are open, kind of thing. Um, yeah, but also maybe Sea of Thieves is another one that I'll probably always come back to. But if I could only play one game, like if something had to be my one game that I could only play, I could not download anything else, couldn't play anything else. I'd probably have to pick something that wouldn't get boring. And honestly, that would be the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. It's or maybe Breath of the Wild. It's a tie-up between those two. Because tried and true, those are games I've played for hours upon hours upon hours, more than I've played Overwatch. And I could spend forever in those worlds. So if I had to pick a game, if like gun to my head, I had to pick a game to play for the rest of my life, it would be either Breath of the Wild or Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
And a lot of people will be like praising you and be like, yes, yes, in comments below. or not even in the comments, probably just like, Alki, yes! In a sense, while like listening to this very moment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are those popular picks?
Well, I mean, every time I hear about, like, okay, a lot of people already know this, but for those people who don't know, I have never played a Skyrim game in my entire life.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Nor a Zelda game. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I did play a bit of Zelda, but it was like a game that my uncle owned. But still, it's not really played it fully. Never was really interested in it, but yeah.
So, Majora's Mask was my first video game. And it's weird. I played it on like my uncle's computer emulator, and I had no idea what was going on. I just remember idly playing it because it was there. And I have this was when I was like 6 or 7. I have like small little bits and pieces of memory of it. I don't think I ever got past like the first 2 hours of the game. But it was the first video game I played. And I didn't actually have video games until I was like 15 or 16 because we couldn't afford them. And we got a GameCube when I was in high school, and we got a PS3. And I played Lego Star Wars, Smash Brothers Melee, and every Zelda game I could get my hands on. And Smash Bros. Actually got me interested in Zelda because I saw the characters and I was like, this little triangle symbol looks really familiar. I don't remember what it's from or whatever. And then I went through and I started playing like the GameCube ports of like all the old Zelda games, and I was like, oh my god, this is it. This is the one. This is the thing. This is the thing that I played when I was a wee little child, you know? And I love Zelda. I love Zelda. My Christmas present from my brother last year was like a $90 actual steel, wood, and leather replica of the Master Sword, and I love it. It's, yeah, Zelda. Beautiful. Excellent games.
Goddamn.
So, I mean, I recommend them. If you ever do a thing like I'm doing with Story Mode Wednesday, you should get your hands on some Zelda games.
Yeah, people are still waiting for me to do Fallout.
Okay, yeah. Do that first. Do your things first. But in the future, you definitely should play some Zelda.
I don't know if I even have Skyrim on my computer. Oh, a lot of games.
Wow. How does that demographic exist, honestly, with the way they push Skyrim on people? Oh, Bethesda. Oh, you living meme, Todd Howard.
But yeah. That is... Oh, shit, I forgot to like all these replies. Okay, there we go. We're done with all these.
Oh, is that why I keep seeing the numbers go up? Oh.
Yeah, because it's for me to track
Oh, you like
down.
them as they're... Okay, I
As
got you.
we're done, yeah. That's how I usually do things. When people ask questions, I like them.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. Just identify, hey, look, we did your question, yada yada, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All good, all nice and dandy. But yeah.
Nice.
Do you have anything? Yeah, so that was the last question. Do you have anything else you want to say? Add?
We'll come back to this one message for the world. And earlier I sort of answered it with let people like things, but I want to expand. Life sucks, especially in the year of our Lord 2020. This is rough. It's a rough time. So if there's anything you can do to make someone else happy or make someone else crack a smile when it seems like they can't, please do that thing. Because it will make you happier for seeing someone else smile. And I know it's the cheesiest thing in the entire world to say, but seriously, if there's anything you can do to brighten somebody's day, even just a little, it is an excellent use of your time. In fact, it is the perfect use of your time. And to take a quote from the Doctor of Doctor Who, life is a pile of good things and bad things. And the bad things might outweigh the good things, but they don't necessarily spoil them. So add to somebody's pile of good things because, and this is me now, not the doctor anymore. Add to somebody's pile of good things because that's not going to be spoiled. And if you have the power to make somebody happy, you should do it. That's it.
When you see that smile on their face, it'll also bring you a smile on your face as well.
Exactly.
If I said it right. I don't know.
Yes.
All my words just blurred together that time.
Yeah. So those are my words to live by, and that's what I try to do. Sometimes I fail, but you know what? If your heart's in it, you should try it.
Yeah. Alright, I guess that will be the end of today? Okay.
Alright then.
This is the end of episode 4 of The Smalls. Thank you, Alki, for joining me for this episode.
Absolutely.
Everyone, please, again, go check out Alchemist12776. I always have to say it like that, dude.
Every
on
time.
her Twitch, as well as Twitter.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, to be honest, when you first hosted me, I had to, that's how I said
it. It is.
Yeah.
It is exactly how you said it.
Yeah.
And it will continue until the day we die.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, guys, go show her a follow on Twitter as well as Twitch, and I'll do my best to get her YouTube link down below so you guys can subscribe and wait patiently.
For the yearly upload.
Yes.
Yeah. No, there'll be stuff coming out eventually at some point. We'll see.
Anyway, guys, no problem. Anyways, guys, have a good day, good night, wherever you guys are at, and you know what? Stay awesome and always bring smiles everywhere, because you know smiles brings people smiles and positivity and all that jazz. Yeah, let's go. Alright, peace out, guys.
Bye.